I couldn't agree more. And being an avid learner, never stop learning, find mentors. And one of those, speaking of which, and now I'm not sure, I gathered from the book, I loved how Barbara Walters gave you this little piece of advice, told you don't try to go in there and fight for equality, but I want to hear in your own words what she taught you.
That was 1980. I'd only been at GMA a very short time, and I never got any big interviews, but Barbara Walters asked for me to do it. So I got to interview Barbara Walters, and she had been my idol. And she said, if you fight for equality, that time has not come, not just here in our industry, but in society in general. And if you do that and you push, you're going to end up where your predecessors ended up, right out the door. Just take every small assignment that they are willing to give you and make those shine, make them a gem, and they'll have to notice you. And that's really, I followed that advice. And that is how I kind of work my way up. And every now and then, I would get a little bit juicier assignment, and I just really make sure that it was really great. And that just builds their confidence in you. And I mean, finally, when the time came, it was right I was with David Hartman for 10 years. And then they came to an agreement to end their agreement, David and ABC. And I'm the one that fought for Charlie Gibson. I really thought he would be perfect. David Hartman had been an actor who played the everyman's man, but Charlie Gibson was the everyman's man. He had a little boyishness about him, and yet he was really smart. And so he came in, and I tell the story that he walked into my office when he first came in to put his books in his new office and said, let's show America that a man and a woman can do a news program like this 50-50, that we can do it as equals.
God bless
and
him.
I said, I'll take that deal. Now, I'm going to give you a little tidbit that's not in the book.
Okay.
We all got together I think we just celebrated the 50th anniversary of ABC. And we went out to dinner, and Charlie said, so I love the book, but I got to tell you a story. You tell the story about me coming in and saying, let's do the show 50-50. I didn't ever tell you that on my way in, when I first walked in the door, all the executives called me in and said, all right, you have to immediately establish yourself as the alpha male. Establish yourself with Joan, with the audience, with the staff as the alpha male. And he said, I looked at them and said, I mean, that's what the show has been for the last 10 years. I don't think that's what the audience wants. And that's what I don't want to do that. And he got up, walked out, and walked in my office and made that deal with me. And I said, I'm learning this 40 years later? He was a great guy, great partner.
Yeah, that's a wonderful sort of tidbit to give, and I appreciate that. One of the things that really struck me in the book is how you as a mom would wake up at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Jamie, I believe her was that name.
Poop her out of the crib. Don't wake up, don't wake up, don't wake. Let me change your diaper, don't wake up. And we get in the car so I could breastfeed and read the script, read an 80-page script and get in. And then she'd be like knocked out. I'd put her in her little crib, and she had a dressing room right next to mine, and start hair and makeup with producers coming in. And I'm not going to say it was easy. It wasn't easy. It was certainly unprecedented.
Yeah, that's what I felt like. You were really pushing through some ceilings for us back then. And I do believe, and I did kind of read this about you, you probably were the first sort of mom influencer or momfluencer, because you paved the way for us.
Yeah. And, I'm going to tell you, I was not like a gregarious, outspoken, ardent, young feminist woman, bra burning at all. I was very stay in my place, kind of timid, and just edge your way in, do the best job you can, advance a little. And that's how I was taking it. So, I wasn't this strident feminist at a young age. I just happened to get a call from my agent that said I had the job at GMA host, and 20 minutes later get the call from my gynecologist, you're pregnant. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to have to figure out how to do this. And I figured out how to do it.